Should we do a quick wrap up?
Yeah, I don't think I have a ton to say.
I don't either. Why don't I go through my movies really quickly?
Okay.
Invasion of the Astro Monster was the next Godzilla movie, and like the name,
Yeah.
the outfits from it are great. If you want to see some really excellent alien outfits, just completely, skin tight like leather or something. I don't know, maybe not leather. It's probably something. That was pretty amusing. I enjoyed Invasion of the Astro Monster. It was very goofy. It has all the monsters in it. There's lots of lightning and thunder, and they're in a spaceship going somewhere, and it's great. I enjoyed it. I watched Rumble, the Indians that rocked the world. I incorrectly said last week that it was India Indians when this is actually Native American Indians. It's
Mm.
not a politically correct term anymore, but it's in the title of the movie, so that's what I got for you. It was really interesting. I learned things I didn't know about music. I liked the story it told. It was very good. We watched Merrily We Go to Hell, which was a Dorothy Arzner film. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. It is about like dysfunctional marriage. It's pre-code. There's some stuff there. It's not as interesting as maybe like Dance Girl Dance, which I think I still like more, and is another Arzner film. It doesn't quite have the writing that reaches that level, but I still liked the sort of like stuff that goes on in Merrily We Go to Hell. There's interesting things from that era that you don't see in film again for a little while because of the Hays Code. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's that stuff, and also I thought it was more or less well written. I watched It's Alive yesterday, which is a '70s horror film. It was. I almost want you to watch it, but it's leaving in 2 days, so I'm not going to make you do that. But it's about babies, and the baby is a monster. It's not that it doesn't take long to figure that out, and you might appreciate that kind of movie. It was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't great. It features a score from Bernard Herrmann, who is famous for scoring a lot of other really famous movies, and it's a really good score. There's some really
Most
amusing,
famously, he does a lot of Hitchcock.
yeah, Hitchcock, and he did Citizen Kane. And It's Alive has a good soundtrack, and also there's some amusing scenes where the light quality shifts from shot to shot, which is unfortunate, but hey, they were doing their best, I guess. And then I also watched Working Girls, which is another Arzner film, which I liked, I think, a little more than Merrily We Go to Hell. It's just a little bit more complete of a movie. And the characters I thought were interesting, and they're working girls, but they kind of get what they want. And like the men aren't like all good or bad. There's kind of somewhere in between. And there's kind of a silly ending to it that isn't fully work. Oh, my computer's running out of battery. That doesn't fully work, but otherwise I kind of liked it. And my last one that I watched this morning before we recorded, because it's leaving the Criterion in 2 days, is Dracula AD 1972, which features Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing and some other people. And it is a Hammer film. And I think I just like costume dramas. And also there's like, 70s, like funky, groovy music that, you're supposed to dance to like this, except it's
Waving your arms
playing.
in the air.
Yeah, except that it's playing while Peter Cushing is facing off against vampires. So it's like, this is just really silly. I don't know. I enjoyed it. That's what I watched.
I'm continuing to watch the epically long Korean dramas because I find it very soothing that people are screaming and crying and nothing is happening for hours and hours and hours, and I love it. Um, I don't remember, I try not to repeat myself, but I finished the 133 episode one. Each episode was 30 minutes though, so it wasn't quite as long as it seems versus the 61-hour episode one. And it had a strong marry and procreate message, which always makes me think of John Carpenter's They Live. And you know what? It's okay to like things that have messages that you don't really like. Marry and procreate or don't. It's fine. I don't care. I still like this. I think it's funny that it was like you really should just get married and have babies. And I'm like, I'm not gonna, but I still really like this show. I thought it was fun. I've started another one. It's another one of the 60 episode, 1 hour long episode shows. And so far, no one has moved in and no one has become unexpectedly pregnant. Um,
Excellent.
and people have gotten new jobs, but not the way they normally do. So it's an interesting one because it revolves around a woman character who is has some real emotional issues. She's very reserved because of this relationship with her father. And it's interesting to see so far these TV shows have been like, it's about a family. And this is about a family, but it centers so much around this one woman who's really struggling, and that on an emotional level. And I think that's kind of an interesting. South Korea stereotypically is more conservative. They want you to marry and procreate. You can kind of take what you will from that message. But then they have these interesting kind of feminist focuses sometimes. It's an odd mix. Anyway, other than that, I watched kind of the movies you did, and that's where I am.
Cool. I will not marry and procreate at the moment.
What do you want? Do you know what you want me to watch next week, or?
Oh gosh, I don't. Shoot, I should have thought of this beforehand. Also, we need to ramp up our social media a little bit and let people know what we're watching in advance of what we're watching and stuff like that. But let it be known if you are watching this and you care, which is probably like one person, we'll try and do that. I'll think of something for you to watch.
Yeah, you said you're running out of computer battery, so maybe
this
is where we end.
This is where we end. Just so everybody knows, if you are watching this, we're going to be doing, December is going to be the month of 2020 catch-up, where we watch movies that came out this year that have some sort of...
movies that trickled through.
Yeah, and like that might be good or not, but that I've heard of from reviewers and stuff. So we're going to watch those. I don't know what we're doing this week, but we'll let you know maybe in a post. And also, I'm going to watch a few movies that are leaving the Criterion. That's what I plan to watch. And I'm sure you're just going to watch more dramas.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, excellent. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.